You ever wonder if the life you're living right now is the life you truly want? Or if you're just caught in the whirlwind of everyone else's expectations? Well, I'm going to need you to hang tight because today I'm going to show you how to step out of overwhelm and how to start actively designing the life you've always imagined. Welcome to my Success Coach podcast. I'm Brian Robinson, your host and coach, and I'm here to help you find clarity, take focused action, and to grow both personally and professionally. Now, I'm super excited about today's episode because today we're going to dive into how to escape overwhelm and start designing your ideal life. Before we dive in, let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever woken up feeling like your day just isn't really yours? Like you're reacting to circumstances rather than creating a life you're proud of? Well, I got another question for you, actually. Do you find yourself secretly asking, is this really all there is? If so, you're going to want to stick around for this episode. This episode is for you if you feel overwhelmed by the day-to-day grind and unsure of your next step, or if you sense that you've been settling instead of thriving in certain areas of your life, or if you crave more clarity on what you truly want and you want a plan to make that happen. Or if you know that there's a better, more intentional life waiting for you, but you just need guidance, maybe even a little encouragement to get started. By the end of this episode, you'll have practical steps to cut through the noise of life's demands and focus on what really matters. You'll gain the clarity you need to start shaping your life on your own terms. You'll also discover specific actions that will empower you to break free from overwhelm and step confidently towards your goals. And by the end of this episode, you'll feel equipped to not only dream bigger, but to take purposeful action towards making those dreams a reality. Albert Einstein once said, "In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity." Think about that. The very struggles and confusion that you're facing right now, these aren't just random roadblocks. They're signposts actually pointing you towards what needs to change. Your overwhelm is actually a signal that you've outgrown certain circumstances and are ready for something new. This quote reminds me that the feeling of being stuck isn't a dead end. It's a redirection. It's life's way of urging you to wake up, look around, and redefine your path forward. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Today, I'm going to help you tap into your inner compass so that you can escape overwhelm and start designing your ideal life. We'll break it down into three main points. Point number one is get clear on what you really want. Point two is craft a focused plan to move forward. Point three is build momentum through consistent, aligned action. Super important. My hope for you is for you to feel confident, energized, and in the driver's seat of your life. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's get started with point number one. Get clear on what you really want. You can't design your ideal life if you're unsure what that actually looks like. Often what we do is we just accept the status quo because we haven't taken the time to reflect deeply. Clarity is the bedrock of change. So here's some actionable steps that you can take right now. Create a vision board or a mind map. And what you need to do, or what you can do, is dedicate 30 minutes this week to brainstorm what your ideal life looks like. Include things like relationships, career, health, personal growth. Those are just a few things you can start with. But it's super important that you don't hold yourself back. What would your ideal life look like? Then next, identify your top three values. Write down what matters most to you. This could be freedom, creativity, family time, impact. These will guide your decisions moving forward. If you need help, there's a free values worksheet that I have. It's in the description of this episode. Feel free to go download that. And again, it's free. Do it, and it'll help you find your values. Next, there's a journaling exercise that you can do. Spend 10 minutes each morning writing about what a day in your ideal life feels like. Do not hold back. It's important that you get to feel what that's like. Make it real. So here's some coaching questions that you can ask yourself. Ask yourself, what do I really want my life to represent? Also, ask yourself, if I could redesign my schedule, what would my ideal day include? What I did is I actually wrote this down. I actually put this down. I took a spreadsheet and I took the little blocks, and each day I had the hours that I was going to dedicate to certain things. And it really worked with my ideal. It excited me, and that helped fuel my 5-year plan. Also ask yourself, which values do I feel are currently missing or underrepresented in my life? Super important. Take a moment to reflect on your answers. Once you have clarity, the next step naturally unfolds, which is creating a roadmap to get there. So let's go ahead and move on to point 2. Craft a focused plan to move forward. So with clarity comes direction. Now it's time to plot your course. A dream without a plan often remains just that. It's just a dream. So here's some actionable steps. Set one big goal. Choose one major goal that aligns with your newfound clarity. Maybe it's starting a side business. Maybe it's switching careers or improving your wellness routine, like your health routine. Then what you want to do is, it's time to break it down. And when you break it down, you divide that goal into 3 to 5 actionable milestones. Each milestone should feel achievable and time bound. If you know about SMART goals, you can apply the SMART goal formula to this SMART goal framework. Then next, schedule your first step. Put that first action in your calendar. Book the course, call the coach, or apply to the coach. All right. My link is in the description. Start the website draft. Whatever gets you moving, do it. Take that first step. Super important to do that. So here's some coaching questions that you can ask yourself. What is my top priority goal that will create the most positive ripple effect in my life? What is that? Another question you can ask yourself is, what's holding me back from taking the first step right now? What is holding you back? Do it. Take the step. Another question you can ask yourself is, how can I break my big goal into smaller, non-overwhelming tasks? So now that you have a roadmap, it's time to fuel it with consistent action. Action breeds momentum. Remember that. Action breeds momentum. And I need you to remember that no matter how perfect your plan looks on paper, it's useless without execution. So let's move on to sustaining momentum, which is point 3. Build momentum through consistent, aligned action. Consistency turns small steps into giant leaps. It's not just about doing one big thing once. It's about the small, intentional steps you take every day. So here's some actionable steps that can help you with this. Set a weekly or even daily check-in. Every Sunday, review your progress. What did you accomplish? What needs adjusting? Then next, create accountability. Partner with a friend, a coach, or a community to keep you on track and motivated. Next, celebrate your wins. Acknowledge even the smallest achievements. Positive reinforcement keeps your energy high and your vision alive. So, I got to have some coaching questions for you, right? So here's some things you can ask yourself. Am I checking in with myself regularly, or am I just hoping for the best? Another question for you. Who can I involve to support my journey and hold me accountable? And if you have no one, there's a link where you can contact me, and I'll be happy, if I have the space, I'll be happy to be your coach and hold you accountable to this. Next question is, how will I celebrate when I reach each milestone? As you take consistent action, you'll feel less overwhelmed and more empowered. So before we wrap up, I want to share a short story that illustrates how these steps come together in real life. About 6 years ago, I felt stuck, waking up each day to a schedule that never felt like my own. I remember sitting at my kitchen table early one morning, I think I probably had coffee, feeling a knot in my chest. I realized that while I had goals and dreams, I'd never actually taken the time to define them clearly and chart a path forward. So I took out a journal, a notepad, and started writing down what I truly wanted. I wanted freedom. I wanted more flexibility. I wanted I wanted meaningful work. And over time, I used this clarity to create a step-by-step plan. I found people who supported me. What I did was people in my community, I would share with them. I would say, "Hey, I actually created a vision for my life." And if they were like, "Really? Tell me about it," then I knew I could share a little bit more and a little bit more. And it helped me build trust with the people around me. And I found the people who would support me. I set small daily and weekly targets, and I rewarded myself every time I hit a milestone. Slowly but surely, I built a life where I'm excited to wake up every day, super excited to wake up. Many times I beat my alarm clock, and I get up pretty early, and that feeling is priceless. I promise you. That's why I'm doing these videos and this episode. Really want you to feel the same. So today we explored how to escape overwhelm by first getting clear on what you truly want, then creating a focused plan, and finally building momentum through consistent action. With clarity, you know where you're headed. With a plan, you know how to get there. And with consistent action, you actually arrive and thrive. If you found this episode helpful and you're ready to take your growth to the next level, click the link in the description to learn about coaching with me. Don't forget to join the Unstoppable email community where I share exclusive tips and guidance each week to keep you moving forward. And if you need a plan, I have a Plan Your Life checklist. It's also a link in the description. You can download that and start planning your life. Also have a small micro digital course for you. It's called Plan Your Life in 60 Minutes. And you actually could accomplish it in less than 60 minutes. And if you want that, the link is also in the description for that. Until next time, keep finding your path.